Yes, you are welcome, Grade 12 Mathematics. Yes, now today we are going to look at our memorandum for 2025 Mathematics Paper 1, and this is December. Now this video is meant for the following type of learners. Those learners are going to be writing May, June 2026, and those are going to be writing November 2026. Now this video is meant for you to understand, and so because of that I have divided to put it in two different series. Now in our first series, we're going to look in our first series looking at question 1 and 2. Now this is our number here. If you want to get us more, call us on 0785 222041. Yes, all my learners from ROSTEC. Yes, I want you to watch this and see what you're supposed to do. Alright, now this paper 1 2025 DBE. Yes, it is a recent paper. Let us go through it and we see how you're supposed to write it. Okay. Now, as we do this, we want you to understand. And where you don't understand, please don't hesitate. Ask a question on 0785 222041. Yeah, this is Kamala, tutor, educator for Math and Physical Sciences, ROSTEC, grades 8 to 12. Oh yeah, this question 1 here. It says that solve for x here, and then they give us 1.1.1. we are solving for x. So if you check what we have here, they say that xc open brackets plus 5, okay, into x minus 2 equals to 0. So this is question 1.1.1. So because of this is 0 here, we are going to use what we call as the zero factor rule or the zero product rule. Now we know to get a 0, if you can multiply any number times 0, you're going to get a 0. So mean that if this bracket, for example, x plus 4 is 0, and I multiply by x minus 2, I'm going to get a 0. Or if x minus 2 is a 0, and I multiply by x plus 5, I'm going to get a 0. So that's why we say that either x plus 5 equals to 0 or xc minus 2 equals to 0. Then we go ahead to get our x value. So here, either x plus 5 equals to 0, okay, which gives us what? Which gives us x equals negative 5, or x minus 2 equals to 0, giving us x equals to 2. Now somebody can say, what if it was not a 0? If it was not a 0, what you do here, then you must open brackets here, and then take the constant this side, and then form the quadratic equation, which you can solve either by getting factors or by the quadratic formula. Okay, that is 1.1.1. And I hope we are together. Then 1.1.2, it says that 5x squared plus 2 equals negative 9x. And they say, give your answer to 2 decimal places. The moment you see 2 decimal places, it means you cannot factorize this, and therefore you're going to use what? The quadratic formula. So now before we go ahead, you must write your equation in standard form. So this is 5x squared, then the 9x become positive, so plus 9x, and then they said plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so here, as you can see, our a for the quadratic standard form, our a is 5. What about our b? Our b is the 9 here. Then our c is positive 2. Now the formula says that our x equals to minus b, okay, plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac minus 4ac divided by 2a divided by 2a. So we do substitute here. Let us substitute now. Now our b is the 9, so I'm going to say negative 9 here, okay? Then plus or minus square root. Our b is 9, don't forget 9 squared, okay? Minus 4ac, our a is 5, okay? But we can say that. What about our c? Our c is 2, okay? And then divided by 2a, divided by 2a. Now our a is 5, okay? So get our calculator here. When we do so, we're gonna see that we have what? We have our solution like this, okay? So our calculator here. Now our quadratic here, the fraction button first, minus 9, okay? We start with the addition sign, so plus square root. Now b squared, that means 9 squared, minus 4 multiplied by a, our a is a 5, then multiplied by c, our c is a positive 2, close bracket, then divided by 2a, but our a is a 5, okay? Our a is a 5 here, and so we're getting negative 9 plus root 41 over 10. So our x, it is negative 9 plus root 41, okay? Negative 9 plus root 41 divided by 10. But because they said give your answer to the small places, you press the SD button, okay? Press SD button here. So when we do so here, you see we are getting negative 0.26. We are rounding off 0.26. So it's negative 0.26. Negative 0.26, okay? Now, however, if we use the minus on the other hand, let us now replay this. Now put a minus here, and then see what we get now. As you see, it gives us negative 9 plus root 41 divided by 10. Negative 9 plus root 41 divided by 10. So x will also be negative 9 plus root 41 divided by 10. Now here, if you press SD button here, what we get now, press SD, negative 1,54, negative 1, 5 and 4. Now this question, please don't allow it failed because it is very easy. Just from the quadratic equation in standard form, identify your A, identify B and the C. Then on the formula sheet, the equation is there. Then you do substitute correctly. Then when you're dividing, you must divide from the negative 9 until the end, okay? Alright, so that's our answer 1.1.2. Hope we together. If you're not together, don't hesitate to call us on 0785 222 041, or you can come to ROSTEC College, or you can connect with us online. We have online classes using the Teams app. Alright, so here we have 8x squared greater than 2x, okay? That is 1.1.3. So here we have 1.1.3. 1.3. So here, now this is inequality here, that is 8x squared, okay? Then they say greater than 2x. So what we do here, we're gonna have 0 this side, so we're gonna say 8x squared minus 2x, okay, greater than 0. Now what's our common factor here? It is 2x, left with 4x here, minus 1, bigger than 0. Now, whenever we have an inequality, we can first get our critical values. Okay, so critical values. Now, either the 2x equals to 0, okay, which gives us x equals to 0, or the other bracket, or also have x minus 1 equals to 0, and we get, which gives us what? Which gives us another value, critical value as what? As x equals to 1 over 4. So these are critical values here. After getting them, now we draw what? A number line here. We can draw a number line here. Okay. Now our number line, this one here, which you see, this number line here, pay attention. Now you look at our coefficient of x squared, which is positive, in this case positive 8 here, this positive 8 here, and then meaning our shape for the parabola, so that belongs with the smiling face, so we draw it like this. Okay, like this. Okay, and then now you put the critical values starting from the smallest, which is 0 in this case, so put the 0 here, and then the second critical value, which is 1 over 4, put it here. So now we are going to investigate which region is our solution, because inequality means we are going to get a region of answers. Okay, so they said our inequality is greater than 0. So this line, we don't only call it x-axis, we also call it line y equals to 0. So here y equals to 0. Then above we say is bigger than 0, and then below we say less than 0. Now if you look at our given question, what are they talking about? They're saying it must be bigger than 0. In other words, look at the parabola, don't climb here. Look at this parabola here and find out which portion is above the x-axis. In this particular case, this portion here, which you see, starting from a quarter, you see it's above what? It's above the x-axis. Okay, but then our answers, they lie on the x-axis. So they begin from this negative, this quarter here, coming this way on the number line. So these are the x values we're looking for. In other words, our answer, we're going to say that x, okay, is what? Is greater than 1 over 4. You can see that, right, guys? Because you see this above here. Then also, so we say union, which we call all in mathematics. Now this other portion also here, as you can see, this parabola here is also above the x-axis. This is the x-axis here, so it is above, okay? And so the corresponding value to this portion here, you just come down here and see them by yourself. You see this down here on the number line. Now all these x values are less than 0, so you're going to say all x values less than 0, and so this is our answer which they wanted, but for this particular case, so that's how we do this question here. Don't cram. If they had said less than 0, I was going to take between 0 and 1 over 4, and in that case my answer would be like this. I'm saying that if the question was saying less than 0 here, this would say less than here, then my answer would be from this point here up to here, and so I was gonna say from 0, we're gonna say from 0 less than x less than 1 over 4. This will be the answer now. Okay, but because the question is otherwise, that's why I'm taking the otherwise here. So hope we are together. Now this other side, now let's go back this side. Now they say now 1.1.4, we are multiplying it multiplied by 2 power 2x minus 9.2 power x plus equals to 0. So this one is exponents. Okay, let us see how to solve for the x value here. Now in this particular case, Let us see what we do here. Need to get some space here. Yes, question 1.1.4, this one here. It says 2 multiplied by 2 the power 2x, okay, this exponential here, and then minus 9 multiplied by what? By 2 power x, then plus 4 equals to 0. Now what we do here, with the exponents, you can say this is 2 multiplied by 2 power x, then you can say squared here, that's allowed in exponents, okay? Then minus 9 again into 2 power x, and then plus 4 equals to 0. So in here, I can say let k equal to what? 2 power x, okay? So this is going to be 2k squared, right? Going to be 2k squared, okay? Then minus 9 times k, that's 9k, okay? And then plus 4 equals to 0, okay? Now, the moment I see this, I can see that 2 multiplied by 4, it gives me 8. And then that 8 can give me two numbers. When you multiply them, get positive 8. But when you add, get negative 9. So I can use 8, same as negative 1 times negative 8. Okay? Because when I add them, I'm going to get, when I add negative 1k plus negative 8k, actually it will give me negative 9k, which is here. So I can get pairs, okay? I can get pairs here. So now these pairs, which you see here, I'm going to put them where you see the negative 9k, okay? See what? The negative 9k. So I'm going to say that now my solution is 2k squared, okay? 2k squared, then minus 8k altogether, minus 8k minus k, then plus 4 equals to 0. So what is common in the first pair? It is the 2k, that is 2k, open bracket here, that's k minus 4. So here take out the negative, I say minus 1 into also k minus 4. Hope we are together, guys. Then from here now, I have got a common bracket. So I can say this is k minus 4, right? Common bracket k minus 4 into 2k minus 1 into 2k minus what? Minus 1 equals to 0. Again, because of the 0, I'm going to say either k minus 4 is 0, giving me k equals to 4, or 2k minus 1 is 0, which gives us what? K equals to 1 over 2. Okay, but don't forget our k. We say that our k equals to 2 power x from here. So we're going to substitute now. We're going to say that 2 power x equals to 4, or you can say 2 squared, which gives me x as what? X as 2, or the k is still 2 power x here, equals to 1 over 2, same as saying it 2 power negative 1. So I get x as negative 1 here. So these are the answers here, guys. So I have x equals to 2 and x equals to negative 1. And I hope we are together. Let us proceed. This other question now. 1.1.5. This one here. This one here. That one says square root, okay? Square root of the square root of 1 over x, okay? But then plus what? Plus 2. Plus 2 equals to 1 over root what? 1 over root x. Now this first root here, it includes the 2, okay? You can see it here, includes the 2 here. Now, when you have such questions to do with the surds, okay, or the roots here, what we do to remove the root, we square both sides, ne? Okay, so when we do square both sides here, we are gonna see that square both sides here. When you okay. Now, if I do square both sides now, I'm gonna have this square cancel this root here. Okay, so now I mean that I'm left with root 1 over x, okay, plus the 2. Now here I'm gonna have 1 over 2, 1 over x, sorry, here 1 over x. So when I cancel this root with this square root here, okay. Okay, so now, but I have another square root, so now here before I do this, I do the square. Now I make sure that the one containing the root must be only 1 on one side of the equation. Okay, so the constant must come this side. When I say 1 over x minus 2. Now, because now I can go ahead and square because I have only this root here. So square here, also square this side here. Now when I do so, now again I can cancel the root with the square here. I'm left with 1 over x. Okay. Now here, if I do expand, I'm gonna get 1 over x squared, okay, minus 2 times 1 over x times 2. That makes it minus 4 over x, and then plus 4, that's plus 2 squared, which is a 4. Now here, I can rearrange it properly, or I can first multiply by x squared, remove the variable in the denominator, multiply by x squared. I can say x squared here, multiplied by 1 over x, equals to x squared, multiplied by 1 over x squared, okay? And then minus x squared, multiplied by 4 over x, then plus 4 multiplied by x squared. So if I do cancel here, 1x with this x here, I'm left with the what? I'm remaining with just x on top here. So this is x now, okay? What about here? I cancel the x square with this x square here. That means I'm left with only what? With only 1. What about here? I cancel the x with the x square here. That means I have now minus 4x, okay? Then plus 4x squared plus 4x squared. So if I say 0 equals to 4x squared, okay? The x become a minus. That's going to be, so minus 4x minus x gives us minus 5x, right? Then plus a 1. Now again, if you check here, if I say 4 times 1, I get a 4. And if I say negative 4 times negative 1, I get positive 4. And if I say negative 4 plus negative 1, I get negative 5. So I can create pairs again. I can say it's 4x squared, okay, minus 4x minus 1x, and plus 1, right, guys, plus 1 equals to 0. So here, 4x is a common factor, 4x, left with just x minus what? Minus 1. And I say here minus 1 into x minus 1 as well here equals to 0. Okay, so in here now, I have a common bracket, which is x minus what? X minus 1 into 4x minus 1 equals to 0. Now with these two brackets here, and because of it, I'm going to say either x minus 1 equals to 0, which gives us what? I say either x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, guys, x minus 1 equals to 0, giving me x equals to 1, or I can say the other one, which was saying what here. Let's check it together. So say that all 4x minus 1 is 0, ne? Which gives me a quarter. All 4x minus 1 equals to 0, giving me x equals to 1 over 4. Okay, so now whenever dealing with this kind of questions, before you proceed, always check which of the two answers applies. Let's find out if we use 1 now. Now we now calculate. So the answer we've got 1 and a quarter. Ne? Let's check with that question here. 1 and a quarter. Now if you put in 1 this side of the equation and put in 1 here, you don't get the same answer. Okay. And if you put in a quarter, you get the same answer. So in other words, our answer here is going to be x equals to 1 over 4, 1 over 4 here, and x is not equal to 1. Maybe you want to see this. Let me show you with 1, and you see, if I put in here everywhere, 1 over 1 is 1, root of 1 is 1, plus 2 is 3, under root, so this is root 3. But here I'm going to say root of 1 is 1, 1 over 1 is 1. So 1 is not equal to root 3. So you see that's not correct, okay? So, but if you put a quarter, we're going to get 2 this side, okay? So that's why the answer here is only x equals to 1 over 4. And I hope we are together. Let us proceed. Yes, question 1.2. This is normally this is a simultaneous equation here. They say calculate the values of x and y if x is the sum of 2 and y, and then if 5 times the product of x and y is 6, more than the square of x. Okay, more than the square of x. So now here the English is very important, okay? And so because of that, I'm gonna get a little bit more slow. So we're looking for x and y. Now each statement is gonna give us an equation here. Let's find out from the first one here. They said x is the sum of 2 and y. Now the sum means what? Means plus, ne? Then is equal sign. Okay, 2 and y. So it means our x is sum. X is the sum of what? Of 2 and y. That is 2 and y. Are we together? And then they say 5, okay, it's 5, this 5 here, times, okay, times, that means multiplication here, the product of x and y. Now x and y product means multiplication, x and y is this is here means cosine, okay, is 6, okay, 6 more than the square of x, ne? That means x squared, okay? So I repeat, 5 times the product of x and y is 6 more than, that's what you're saying, plus here, more than the square of x. So this is our other equation. You're gonna see that our 5xy, okay, our 5xy equals to 6 plus what? Plus x squared. Okay, so now we are going to substitute where we see x, with second equation, we're gonna put what? We're gonna put 2 plus y. Hope it makes sense to you. So I'm gonna say for that matter that I'm gonna say that 5y, right? 5y, then times x, but x is what? X is 2 plus y, 2 plus y, then equals 6 plus x squared, but x is what? Is 2 plus y. Okay, must also be squared. So here I'm gonna get 5y squared here. Okay, 5y squared, then plus 10y. Okay, plus 10y equals to 6. Now we're gonna get here y squared. Okay, plus 4y plus a 4. Okay, so now 5 minus 1 give us 4y squared, and then the 10y minus 4y, it gives us the 6y, this plus 6y here, and then the 6 plus 4, 10, which becomes a minus 10, equals to 0. So divide by 2 everywhere, it gives us 2y squared. Okay, then plus 3y here, minus 5, okay, equals to 0, dividing by 2. Now I can split again here. If I say 2 times negative 5, I get negative 10. Now negative 10 is just saying negative 2 plus what? Plus 5. If I add this on here, you see I get the middle term, which is positive 3 here. So other than writing the 3y, I'm gonna put minus 2 plus 5. So I'm gonna say here this is 2y squared minus 2y and plus 5y minus 5 equals to 0. So here what is common now? It is 2y, remaining with y here minus 1, right? Then plus a 5, okay, in 2y minus 1 as well. Now as you can see, I have a common bracket, which is y minus 1 into 2y plus 5, 2y plus a 5 equals to 0. So either y equals to 1 or the 2y equals negative 5, which gives us y equals negative 5 over 2. Okay. And so don't forget our x was equal to what? Our x is equal to 2 plus y. X equals to 2 plus y. But after getting our y as 1, we can say x equals to what? 1 plus a 2, which gives us a 3. Or x equals to y, which is negative 5 over 2 plus the 2. Okay. So x equals to negative 2,5 plus a 2 here, which gives us x equals negative 1 over 2. Can say negative a half. So the answers which we have here, x equals negative a half, x equals to 3, and the y equals to 1, and the y equals to negative 5 over 2. That is it, guys. Hope we are together. So that was question 1. And question 2. They say here that given the infinite geometric series of t plus 10, t minus 2, t plus 4, and so on, show that t equals negative 2. Now, because they have said it is geometric, what do we expect? A common ratio. Okay, so because of that, this is our t1 here. So this is t1, this is our t2, and then t3. Okay, so now the common ratio is given by what? By t2 divided by T1 equals to T3 divided by T2. Okay, so if I cross multiply here, my T2 times 2 equals to T1 times T3. But what's our T2 here? It is T minus 2. So T minus 2 multiplied by T minus 2 equals to T1, which is T plus 10, multiplied by T3, which is T plus 4. T plus 4, okay? T plus 4. So here, I'm gonna say, open it, I'm gonna get T squared here, right? Minus 4T, then plus 4, ne? What about this side here? Now T times T, that is T squared here. T times 4, 4T, 10 times T, 10T, plus 40, 14T, okay? 14T, 10 times 4, that is a 40, okay? Now the T squares are gonna be cancelling out here. I'm gonna say minus 4T minus 14T equals to 40 minus 4. 40 minus 4. So here, minus 18T equal to 6. Ne? If we divide by minus 18, T becomes negative 2 as required. That's how we do that now. So our T is negative 2. Now they say, calculate the value of T25. Write your answer in this form here now. T25, after getting our T as 2, we can now substitute. Ne? We can now do what? Substitute here. Okay, so what was our first term there? It was T plus 10. What about our second term? It is T minus 2. So, but our T is negative 2. So you can go ahead to see what happens here. So our first term, it is T plus 10. So negative 2 plus 10, it gives us 8. What about negative 2 minus 2? It gives us minus 4. What about negative 2 plus 4? It gives us a 2. So we can, because looking for T25 here, we can say that our Tn, okay, being geometric, is given by what? By the first term, common ratio, power n minus 1. But now we want to what? T25, T25 here. Now our A is the 8, which is there, guys, okay. What about common ratio? We divide 2 divided by negative a quarter, negative 4. We can say negative a half, negative 1 over 2. Then the power n, which is 25, and then minus 1. But they want it in this form. So our 8, the same as saying power 3, right? What about this one here? You can say negative 1 dot 2 power negative 1. Now everything to the power of 21 to 24, right? So now if I split here, I can say that my T25, okay, equal to 2 power 3 multiplied by negative 1 power 24 multiplied by 2 power negative what? Negative 1, but power 24 again. So now this one here, because of the even power, it gives me 1. So I have 2 power 3. What about here? I'm going to say 2 power negative 24. So 3 minus 24, it gives me minus 20, minus 21, sorry. So this answer here. So my T25, I can say that T25 equals to 2 power negative power 21, okay. So it gives me what finally here? It gives me 1/2 the power 21, final answer here, 4025. I hope guys we are together. If we are not together, please, you should ask me on 0795 222 041. Okay, let us now proceed to our next part of the question here. What does it say? Calculate the sum of the infinite series. Okay, now the sum is given by sum to infinity. S infinity equals to A divided by 1 minus common ratio. Hope you guys know that by now. Okay, so here our sum to infinity, our S infinity, okay, equals to A over 1 minus common ratio. So our A there we saw it is 8. What about common ratio? -1/2. So -1 here gonna be 8 divided by 1,5. Okay, 1,5 here. Calculate what you get here. Calculator. It gives us what now? Let's check here. If I divide the 8 divided by 1,5, divided by 1,5, yeah, it gives me 5,33. So it is 5,33. 5,33. That's the answer there. Then our last question, another question here, 2.2. It says that given the summation, okay, given the summation of 4p minus 1 from p equals to k until this one, 117 equals this one here, write down the differences between T6 and T14. Okay, let's get some space. Let's get some space here meanwhile. Okay, now in this particular case, in this case here, what do we do? Now they gave us 4p minus what? They give us 4p minus 1. So we want T6 and T14, the difference. So our T6 or the T14 minus T6, we just substitute, gonna be 4 multiplied by 14 minus 1. Then everything minus T6, again minus 4 multiplied by 6, because our P is 6 now, and then minus 1. Calculator, what do we get here? If I check my calc here, it gives me 4 into 14 minus 1. Okay. This one gives me 55 here. This is 55. Okay. Then minus here. If I put now the 6 here, it gives me 23. So my answer is going to be 55 minus 23 here, which is 32. So the answer is 32. Hope we are together. Then our last question for this video now. Remember we're doing a series, this one here. They want a value of k. So there's given the summation of this one here. From p equals to k up to 117 of 4p minus 1 equals to 26675. Calculate the value of k. So what do we do here? Let's find out now. All right, let's do our last question here for this first series of the memo. They say I'm given summation from p equals to k up to 117 of 4p minus 1 as 26675. Calculate the value of k. So what I think here, or what I have done here, I'm doing like this now. I'm going to first get my sum from p equals to 1 up to 117. After getting that sum, then I'm gonna subtract the 26675. Now the remaining sum will be the sum of the numbers from p equals to 1 up to k. And in that case, when I get that k or that n, that would help me to get the k which I want here. I repeat, I'm gonna get the sum of all the numbers from p equals to 1 until 117 of this 4p minus 1. After getting that total, I'm gonna say that total minus 26675. Then the remaining answer, I'm gonna get the number of terms by using the summation formula. Those number of terms will help me to get my k here. Okay, so here we go. I'm at this now. Okay, so as you can see, I'm gonna find out now the summation from p equals 1 until 117 of the 4p minus 1. Okay, so here I'm gonna say it's gonna be 4 into 1 minus 1, right? Then plus 4 into 2 minus 1, okay? Then plus 4 into what? Into 3 minus 1. And then plus many times until I reach what? 117. Until I reach 117. That is 4 into 117 minus 1. So now this summation here, I'm gonna say what is 4 times 1? That is 4 minus 1 is gonna be 3. Then now plus 4 times 2, 8, minus 1 giving me 7 here. Then plus 4 times 3, 12, minus 1, that's gonna be 11. Plus many times until this one here, which is 4 times 117 minus 1, which gives me what here? My calculator. It gives me 467. I get 467. So this is 467. Okay. Now this is my first term, and this is my last term here. Okay. Now if I look at what's happening here, this is arithmetic, because 7 minus 3 is 11 minus 7 is also 4 years. So because I have the last term here, I'm gonna get my summation. Okay. My summation. Remember that I'm starting from 1 until 117. So I'm looking for the sum of 117 times. Okay. So the sum of all the terms, that is 117. Okay. Be given by, when I use n over 2. Okay. Into the first term plus last term. So I'm gonna say now the n is 117. 117 by 2 into a. Now my first term here, it is 3, right guys? It is 3. Last term here, this 467. 467 here. Okay, so what do you get calculators now? Get me the answer there. Here it gives me, it gives me 27495. 27495. So here I get 27495. Okay. Now what do you see here, guys? This is the sum of all the terms from the first term, that is t equals to 1, until 117. Now in my question, they gave me a portion of the sum of the terms, which is 26675. So I'm going to subtract. I'm going to say now this one minus 26675. Okay, so that is the 227. Okay, 4 5 minus what? Minus 26675. Calculator, what do you get there? Subtract that. If I subtract that here now, it gives me 820. So here I'm getting 820 after subtracting. Okay. Now this 820 is the sum of the number of terms just before k. Okay, just before the k. You see p equals to, now this k must be a number. It can be 10, it can be 19, it can be 15, it can be 21, 20, any number. I'm going to find out shortly, but using 820. So I'm going to say now sum of the terms would give me 820. Now the sum of the first terms, that is the Sn, would give me 820. I can get my n here now, okay? And I know that our Sn equals to n over 2 into brackets 2a plus n minus 1 times common difference, right guys? So I'm looking for the n, don't forget now. Now I'm going to say n over 2 into 2a. Now my first term is still this one here, which is a 3, that is 3, and then plus what? N minus 1. I'm looking for this n, don't forget, n minus 1. Common difference is still 4, so multiplied by 4 here. Now this one here should be equal to 820. Are we together? Equal to 820 here. So simplify here. Now this is a 6. Okay, I've got a 6 in here. Now 4 times n, that's going to be 4n here. Then minus a 4. 6 minus 4, I've got a 2. So it's going to be 4n plus what? Plus 2. Multiplied by n over 2 here. Should give me 820. Are we together? I get 820. Okay, so now if I divide by 2 here, I'm going to get my n into 2n here plus 1 equals to 8 what? Equals 820. So here it gives me 2n squared and then plus n minus 820 equals to 0. Okay, so now here quadratic formula again. So my n equals to minus b, which is minus 1, plus minus equal to b squared, which is going to be 1 squared, minus 4ac, but my a is 2, my c is negative 820, divided by 2a, divided by 2a. So in here, calculators, what do you get there? Calculator. Here, my calculator, it gives me 20. So n equals to 20 here. So n equals to 20. If I put in the negative, that's with the positive, ne? Then with the negative, it gives me minus 20,5. So, but because my n is be a natural number, it can't be negative, ne? So I take the 20. Now this 20 is helping me to know the value of k, which means that to get the 820, they added the first 20 terms, and then beyond the 20 terms, we start from 21. So my k should be 21 here. So the value of k should be 21. I repeat, what you see here is 20, okay, which means the sum of the first 20 terms, give me 820. Now to get the remaining terms, okay, this one's here, which is the 62275, starting from 21 until 117. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. To get our next video, you can subscribe or get us to 0785 2222041. Bye bye.